Alright, BobalosRex here, and today is the Vault News Weekly. And guess what? There ain't no dang vault. There ain't no dang vault this week. It's done. It's gonna change. Spend your tokens, by the way. Spend any tokens you haven't spent yet. You're gonna wanna get that done. Here, this was too loud. There we go.
It has been my honor.
So yeah, spend any of that you got left. Spend any flight stones. Spend any crests. Spend up all your stuff. I know I've already mentioned it, but it's the last week. It's the last week of Dragonflight. It's the last day of Dragonflight for some people. Alright. Remix is done. But we still got some weekly stuff. And actually, there's a special thing going on here. Alright, so let's get right into the weekly quest.
I have lived
What?
to see them return. Aspects great
No, it's still broken! It's still broken.
for dragonkind.
My stepdad said it was working. No, it's still broken. Guess what? We going to Zarlek! Again! Everyone loves Zarlek. There's no weekly this week. All the raids are awakened. You know what it is. Now let's look at the PvP quest. I wouldn't recommend doing any of these weeklies, really. This, if you want the gear, you know, this is still good for gear. You know, you may want to get it done. Oh, there's no weekly quests. There's no weekly PvP quests. Dragonflight is turned off. There's still weekly crafting. So you can still do all that. Alright. Now, let's look at the other weekly stuff. Jeez, here. I guess that kind of stopped PvP. Oh my god! Rated PvP is done! Rated PvP is done. You can only grind some Oh, you can't even get honor. Jeez. Did it reset? RIP. Hope you... Okay, honor didn't reset. Well, there goes... I feel like there goes conquest and bloody tokens right now. Alright. M+, what do we got going on for M+? Let's see. You should still be able to do M+ this week. And here's the interesting part about M+ this week, right? So, early access starts. And I'm going to test this, right? Early access starts, right? If I get level 80, can I do this? Can I do a key at level 80? We're going to find out. Alright? I'm going to find out. Let's look at events. What events we got going? Mop Remix is done. There's nothing. There's no events going on this week. Alright. Other than the expansion release. I mean, in-game events. Let's check World Boss. That's not that one. It's Bass Rick Ron. It's Bass Rick Ron this week. They can drop some good pieces if you're still trying to gear. If you got a bunch of time runners to gear up, hit up the weekly, hit up the events. You can get some 480s. Hit up the pre-patch event. 480s from that. World Boss can drop higher than 480, but it's unlikely. But you can do it. It's there to do. And then you also got the World Boss in the Dream. Hit up all three. And good luck. Shadehounds is up. If you're heading back to the Shadowlands with your time runners, alright? I know a bunch of people that watch me may be heading back to get that anima. Before you leave, drop down into the maw. Okay, drop down into the maw. And head over here to the Beast Warrens. Alright? Kill Shadehound. You don't need to have it unlocked. You just need to be able to get to the maw. You head over there, and you should be able to kill Shadehound just fine. Also, it's Night Fae and Venthyr Assault up. So if you have some achievements for that, now's the time to get it done. I have to look for the T. So hopefully I remember to go do that this week. Let me check Zandalar real quick. Alright, Molly is not up this week. Now let's get to the news. There ain't a lot going on in-game. It's the final week of Dragonflight. Final day, like I said, for some. So early access starts the 22nd, Thursday, at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. California time, PST. And check your local times. But yeah, it's tomorrow. Almost a little over 24 hours from when this is going live. Last Hurrah does not work. It actually does not work. I have it works here. It does not. It's the last week of pre-patch event. The pre-patch event will run all the way until maybe the proper launch on the 26th. Try to get it done this weekend. Get anything pre-patch related done this weekend, okay? Or this before Monday, okay? Shoot for before Monday. There was a Wowcast last week, or earlier, or like at the weekend. It was about the story in the world. I watched it. It was pretty good. I do need to start reacting to that again. So my bad I'm not getting good reacts. We should be getting possibly a new cinematic, like the artistic ones we got. I was wrong. So last week, I did say it was possible for us to get a cinematic, but I was thinking it was unlikely. But then later that day, after I had filmed, they were like, ooh, teasing this, teasing that. And I'm like, oh, it looks like we're getting something. Alright, and we did. And it was that Illyria one, and it was really good. And there's some stuff I'm thinking on it. Again, I want to get back to doing reacts, and I am going to react to something here soon. But, listen up. Tomorrow, if you do not want spoilers, avoid the internet tomorrow. Because tomorrow, after early access, we're getting cinematics. There's no way they're locking cinematics behind proper launch. Like, if I'm going through the story of Dalaran intro to Dornagal and they don't show me, like, the cinematic, like they did on the test, I'm gonna be pissed. Okay, so cinematic spoilers are tomorrow. Hide in a cave if you do not want them. Alright? I'm gonna be playing them and getting them and spoiling them myself, so just be mindful of that if you want to. If you're waiting to the 26th to experience yourself, stay offline. I will be here when you get back. Alright. So spoilers gonna be happening. Metzen had a Wowcast too, and his had some really good stuff in it. Again, about story, the saga, big hype I wrote here. He literally mentioned 17.0. I was like... Shadowlands 2 is 15 or 16. I'm not sure which. My buddy Tom said right after. I'm like, no. I think it's going to be 15 or 16. The Last Titan is 13.0. We're about to be in 11.0. I'm excited. I'm a WoW boy. I'm excited. And here's the thing. Someone was saying some people aren't going to die. When literally he said... we won't kill people or something like that. So people are gonna die during the World Soul Saga. I'm just hoping it's not Khadgar. Honestly, I don't want no one to die, but you know, Thrall needs to be protected. Khadgar, I want to protect everybody. My character gonna be protecting everybody. They also mentioned the sword is a 13.0 thing, and I was like, if y'all see a lore rant where it's who's pulling the sword, this is when it started, right? When I heard that, like, lore rant, who's pulling out the sword? Literally, that's a lore rant, okay? Anyone else takes that beforehand, they can do your own who pulls out the sword lore rant video, but this is where mine started, because now I'm like, someone for sure is pulling out the sword. Then it was posted in the Discord, but there is a trolley gummy WoW promotion, and there may be a pet related, so I gotta go buy some gummy worms. Alright, and it may be only local in the US. So there may be a pet locked to the US. I'll have to look at which pet it is. I can't tell you right now. Speaking of promotions, you know the Savage Turtle that I've been talking about for so long? The Savage Turtle. I can't spell this one. You have to buy stuff from Steel Series. Okay, I was looking it up. This is ridiculous, in my opinion, but I'm going to talk about it. So, they are Steel Series PC products, and if you want this mount, you have to spend like 40 bucks or 80 bucks. I was looking at it. There's like key things, but then it's like, does it only work for their keyboards? You know, if you're a Steel Series person already, you're already like, oh, I already got the stuff, I'll get this. The thing I was looking at to get this mount would be 40 bucks. So it's basically a store mount that's 40 bucks, and I get the mouse pad. And I was like, part of me thinks there was no mouse pad in the collector's edition because of this. I know it's not true. Okay, listen, I know it's not true, but part of me is like, how dare they? And then like stuff for your headphones that's like 40 bucks. So if you want the mount, it's 40 bucks. If you want this little pet, it's called like Flameo, something like that. It's one of the Dreadlords, like the little MacDaridan. It's one of those, and it's like a black one. 120 bucks or 140 bucks. And then they're bringing back a store mount. This one, on like a, maybe it's like $120, $200 something. Like a keyboard or something. Or headphones. No, the fancy headphones. You know, wow, I did a whole post on that. You can look more if you want to get into it. But yeah, Savage Turtle, $40 store mount, okay? This, even worse. And I would not buy this. This would be like $120. This is 40 bucks and a mouse pad or headphone accessories. Okay? Crazy. I hope that it may be on the trading post. I don't recommend you buy it, since it's going to be unobtainable after the promotion's done. And I don't even know how long the promotion goes, honestly. Look up Steel Series. Wow, it'll pop up if you want to get more info. I think it sucked. 30th anniversary is in October. Alright, we did get some hard confirmation about 30th anniversary starting in October for Warcraft. The event. Blizzard's going to be doing something. There is also a cross promotion with Overwatch for a Sylvanas Widowmaker skin. More on that in the Overwatch section. But that may coincide with the date I've been thinking, so expect some sales. There's probably going to be a buy this 30-year Blizzard edition Warcraft series, 80 bucks. Get Blue Ragnaros or something. It's going to be something. They're going to be wanting to sell something. You know what it is. So be ready for that. Don't be surprised. Don't be like, oh my god, how could Blizzard do all these? They're gonna do it. It's coming. Like, they're gonna do it. And it's probably gonna go until like next February, like they did for the one BlizzCon bundle. Okay, so let's move on. In-game stuff. If you're doing early access and when you're doing the intro, you go to Dalaran, and there's a version of Dalaran that may not look... You're going to get into a different version of Dalaran. I'm trying to do light spoilers here. In that different version of Dalaran, you can fish in the fishing pond and get a special coin. You may want to get that coin. Okay? If this is one of the intros that's only here for a little bit and then goes away, that coin could be rare. It may not be. Like, there's big speculation on that coin being rare, but get it once. Get it once for nostalgia. It's a little Easter egg. Fish once in the pond. And that's it. You just gotta fish once in the Dalaran pond. Alright? The variety show is happening the 31st. The WoW variety show on the 31st. That's that game show if you're into that. We did get some Drakthir models updates in the data, so future classes for Drakthir soon. TM. Then Legion. So when we got some Legion dungeons, they added weapon drops, and then they left the game. They are now back in normal and heroic. Alright, I actually don't know. Here, is this one? Can I see it here? All I know is there's shields and weapon drops in Legion normal and heroic version. So farm those if you're interested. And then, yeah, the Overwatch WoW crossover. We'll talk more about that later. Season of Discovery. There was some hot fixes. I think there's going to be an update to Season of Discovery in September. Or at least we're going to get some news on Season of Discovery in September. So if you're a Season of Discovery fan, expect news then. That's also when War Within Season 1 starts. Kata Classic's doing its thing. Then in beta news, Arcane Intellect Chaos Brand got nerfed, so that may be nerfed right now. And then there was some dungeon tuning, as well as we've all been hearing about 11.0.5 in the data, so expect that. Then in Hearthstone news, Battlegrounds Season 8, that started. It's brought trinkets, new battle pass, the treasure hunt event, which is going to be a bunch of standard packs. Well, it's not standard packs. It's like all the different expansions of standard, wonder, all of them. Pit, I'm tired. But it'll get you a bunch of packs. And then they fixed the golden pack issue, so you can get your golden pack now. And they announced the heroic brawl, so we should all be saving our gold and not do the heroic brawl and save our gold for the mini set. That's what I'm doing. And then they released a bunch more signature bundles of core cards, like Shadow Step and all that. And the signature bundles are so freaking overpriced, in my opinion. Again, it's my opinion. It's just, they're there, though, for the whales that want to get it. You know, I ain't gonna hate. Get what you want. It's just way too expensive for me. Diablo 4 announced a bunch of stuff at Gamescom. We got Mercenaries announced. We got the raid, like, endgame thing called Dark Citadel. As well as they added some new wings to the bundle for cosmetics. And then Diablo 2 has the new season that started. So if you're a Diablo 2 Resurrected, you got that new season. And then Diablo Immortal has a Gamescom promo. And yeah, there was a ton of stuff going on at Gamescom. I'm going to go a little tangent on that real quick. Monster Hunter Wilds, I'm excited for. And There was some other cool stuff I saw at Gamescom, but that's the main thing for me, Monster Hunter Wilds. Then we got Overwatch, Season 12. Juno is here. Just before I was filming this, we got the cinematic for Juno, so take a look at that. It was pretty good. It's emotional. Or it gets cheese emotional every time. Then we got Mythic Reaper, which is really cool. It's that Anubis Reaper skin, and I think that looks really good. We got the new Clash map, which is that one game mode. Comp rank got kind of a reset, like in Season 9, from what I read. So they pulled people's ratings back, try to put people back and normalize it. There's the new Battle Pass. There's Twitch drops, which is the Sojourner skin. So you can watch some Overwatch for the Twitch drops. The WoW Twitch drops start next week on the 26th. That's when the WoW ones start. Overwatch ones have already started, I believe. And then also did updates to have Overwatch have a wave respawn versus... So they had the group respawn thing, and now they're trying something new with wave respawn. So when someone dies, they'll count 6 seconds, and anyone who dies within that 6 seconds also gets res with the first person. And then there's something that's coming later in the season called competitive drives. That sounded interesting. And then they increased the amount of void slots in Overwatch so you can block more people, avoid more people. So that's good. And then, yeah, there's the WoW crossover Sylvanas skin that's apparently coming in October, and it had Blizz World behind it. So we may be looking at multiple games getting WoW crossovers in October, November. So I'm really excited about that. And then Rumble Season 8, you're getting the Dryad, and then there's a new dungeon, and that's like tomorrow or the next day, if you're a Rumbler. I can't believe this took me that long to get all of the news. Sorry for the late upload. We got a lot going on this week. Just start preparing, man. Start preparing. Finish the pre-patch event. Get people ready, and I'm going to be playing the War Within tomorrow. Thank y'all for watching as always, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.